Using AI at work can make you feel super smart and super dumb at the same time. Case in point, and a great use case for AI. I can't get too detailed, right? Proprietary information, everything, but let's say you've got two companies and their systems do not communicate and they will not connect them at all. Security reasons, privacy, all that. But you need to get information from company A into company B's system. So typically this would be done with a form, maybe someone manually entering. You might use an API, but again, the two systems aren't allowed to connect. So typically, someone emails something over and somebody else enters it. Half the time, it's entered wrong. Here is what we found. This is the workflow we've got working. And I did have to use Claude for part of this because part of it I didn't know even existed. Here's how it works. Company A emails company B a meeting invite. Through the power of Microsoft Power Automate, which is part of Microsoft 365, it captures that invite in the inbox. It spins up its own automation. Now it takes everyone from that invite, adds them to a new scheduled meeting with a unique Teams code, sends it back to company B, gets that. They send it to anyone they need on there, as well as a ghost email address at company B. That ghost email address is connected to Claude, which goes and checks every hour or so through Cowork for those invites. When it finds it, it knows how to parse the data and enter what needs to be entered on the back-end system through an MCP. And back in the day, again, we used to do this through APIs. You used to have to go through and find system properties and get everything typed up just right, and took a lot of testing. Now we were able to go ahead and write all these instructions in plain language. I need to do that. We were up and running and spinning something up and completing tests in less than 30 minutes. Everything worked. This is stuff that if I needed to set up an API and work with engineering and everything would have taken weeks, perhaps even months back in the day. Now we found an answer and deployed it in under an hour. And it's like everyone's like, wow, you're so smart. You figured this out. Well, not really. Claude figured it out. I figured out part of it. But then, even better, I didn't have to go in and look at system logs and codes. I could just go ahead and speak in plain language and make that automation work. An automation that that company has needed for years. And the old way would have taken a long time. Here, we looked at the problem, we defined the problem, we knew what the actual process needed to be, and stuff we didn't even know existed suddenly was working in our favor.